and welcome to Teach People How to Treat You.
Hi.
And today we are going to talk about relationship building as it pertains to business and the corporate world.
Wow, that's a big one.
It is. And you know what's really great about this is you're the one with all the tips. The tips and tools of the trade.
Wow, no pressure, no pressure. You know, listen, my career has been in the commodities business, right? I sell insurance. And I've had all the reactions, you know, the eye rolling, the guy who has his drink at the bar goes, what do you do? I sell insurance. Okay, that's nice. And then he goes to talk to my girlfriend, or clearly leaves the premises and gets in the car and drives away, never to be seen or heard from again. Or the best was one of my girlfriends used to tell people when we, you know, would go out together and we traveled together, and we would, you know, ultimately the conversation comes into, what do you do for a living? Well, I sell cars. Oh, that's nice. And what do you do for a living? Well, you know, I run a warehouse. Okay, great. And what do you do? And she would always refer to me as the woman that had taught the kickboxing classes.
Oh, okay.
True story. And I finally said to her one day, I said, why are you telling people? And it's not like it was true. I was on the side. I was a kickboxing instructor. But I said to her one day, I actually have like a job and a career.
Okay, so
and she said to me, yeah, I'm not telling anybody that because it's so boring that we'll never meet new people that way.
Okay, so you know what? It's not boring. And in fact, you have many life lessons and how you've been able to turn that insurance selling into quite a successful career and business. And I think that you have a wealth of information when it comes to anyone who would like to get into sales, anybody who is trying to just develop relationships and to move along the corporate ladder. I think that you could like sell a course on that. So you're going to get this one for free.
Thank you.
Take it away, my friend.
I mean, part of this is, you know, I'm a bit old school, so I believe in relationship building. And plus, I was in the insurance business, so I wasn't selling anything tangible that you could touch or see or have a prototype of and watch it in motion, right? We were selling people on a piece of paper that, you know, if anybody was in need financially for, you know, to cover losses, that, you know, the piece of paper that we sold them would provide exactly what it said it would. So how do you do that, right? Like how do you gain people's attention and attract an audience and certainly attract a clientele? And I took courses and I learned that it's a relationship business. And at the end of the day, some of my top clients, my most loyal, most successful clients, was really because we built a relationship never talking about insurance.
I know, which I find so amazing and so fascinating. In fact, you were telling me earlier the type of things that you would ask the clients. So tell us about that. Tell us about some of the questions you would ask.
So first of all, my golden rule is always to ask open-ended questions. So the why, what, how, where, when, because those are information drawing questions, right? Like, how did you get into this business? It's not a yes or no answer. Okay, when did you, start the company, or when did you take over the company? How did you decide that this was your, that this was your calling, whatever industry that you're in? So the people would start, they'd
open up.
They open up because we love to talk about ourselves.
Yeah.
We do, and like for the most part, if you ask somebody questions about themselves. For the most part, not everybody, but they will open up and they love to tell their story. And that's how I became, sort of like this relationship builder, because I would chat with people about them, right? Never about insurance. Like that was the last 10 minutes of the conversation. I still do it to this day. Like I will walk, so after the pandemic, before and now after the pandemic, when I walk into people's offices, I will take a look around the room. And never get personal. So if there's pictures of people on the desks or on the walls, I never say, are these your kids? Or is
Never.
this your partner? Like never personal.
And why? So tell us why.
Well,
I know
because
why,
you don't know if you're stepping on a sensitive topic, and or you don't know what that person's gone through that morning.
No.
Maybe there's I don't know. So I don't.
Or anything could have happened to those people in the picture too.
Anything
so you
could
don't
have
want to
happened
bring
with
back
those people in the
bad
picture, so
memories,
you don't want to get
or
right.
like
You don't
some
want to go
tragic
dark.
thing might have happened.
Right. You don't want to go dark.
you
So
never do
I
that.
steer away from that
Mhm.
unless the information is volunteered. But I will take a look to see, because a person's office will tell you about them, that they've got pictures of sailboats, oh, are you interested in sailing?
And I think we talked about that too. We were saying about when you're in an interview for a job. I think we referred to that too. Same sort of thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I was sitting in an office for, years ago for an interview, and this person had like pictures of golf courses all over the place. So I said, "Are you a golfer?" And that person said, "I am." And I said, "Oh, okay. So, how long have you been golfing? And where do you like to golf?" And anyway, the conversation went on for quite a while. And then I finally said, "Oh my goodness, our time is almost up. I have this presentation here for you. Do you want to go through it?" And they just said to me, "Whatever you've got, I'm good." Right?
That's
Now
so
that
great.
doesn't always happen.
No.
But I think when you take an interest, and I still coach this with young advisors that come to our company to work. I do still coach this, even though there's a lot of social media and there's a lot of non-interpersonal face-to-face stuff. Virtual meetings take place a lot of the time, just phone calls or reaching out via LinkedIn or Facebook or Twitter, I guess, to some extent. At the end of the day, you have to sort of take an interest in the person on the other side of that channel. It's really important. Don't make it about you, right? You're wanting to get their business. Make it about their business. Make it about, go on their website and see what their catchphrases are. Maybe they have, their vision or their mission statements posted there, right? Take an interest in their culture, in their, I don't care what you're selling, but take an interest about their company, what they've built, because 9 times out of 10, when you're looking to get a decision, a financial decision to do business with you, whether it's insurance or whatever else, you have to deal with somebody who's got the financial authority to make the decision to work with you, right? So, tell them about your product, tell them what you're there to pitch, but take a serious interest in them as a person, in however much information they want to share with you, and take an interest in how they got to the position they're in, or how they started the company that they're running that you're trying to do business with. It's so important. It's not. I get it. Social media is a big thing, and getting prospects is. There are some successes with that, but at the end of the day, I believe we're all still human beings. We all still have our own interests, our own personalities, our own stories that we want to tell. And if you're non-invasive and not personal, and you take an interest in these individuals that you want to work with, and you'll learn something, for crying out loud. You'll learn something. Get somebody else's perspective of how they've done things. You might even be able to apply some of the tools that they share with you that they've used. But the true successes, I think, come from when you take a genuine interest in the person that's sitting across from you.
Well, yes. And what I was going to say, although you did say not to get personal, meaning don't, point out certain things, maybe let's say in photographs or what have you, but take a personal interest in that person.
Yeah.
And let them do the talking.
Yeah.
Really let them do the talking. You can guide them with your questions. And as you said, make them open-ended, not so yes and no, very specific. Just be open-ended, get to know them. Because at the end of the day, in order to close that deal, it's more about your relationship with that person that you are trying to sell to. Or to move forward and do business with, whether it be a partnership, collaboration, or what have you. It's about getting to know that person. And as you said, they're human. It's not just dollars and cents. It's not just numbers. And that's really the way to do it. So it's not just talking about what you have to offer them. It's to find out more about them. And then they'll be more interested in you and what you do have.
Yeah.
In your product, in your service, whatever that may be.
Yeah.
even if it is insurance.
and not the kickboxing gloves. And I've had comments like, listen, I've been doing this for a long time, right? So there's been feedback of clients that will call me or people that decide that they want to be clients, and they'll call and say, you know what, I had the best conversation with you, so I just know that I want to work with you. And I'm thinking in my head, I literally said like 25 words.
Yeah. And they did all the talking.
And they did all the talking. And they thought it was the best conversation they ever had in their life. So, that's...
But you find, though, that those are the people. Those are the loyal ones, too. That's how you keep your clients as well. You have to continue, and you have to always nurture that relationship. It's not just the first time in getting the deal. And you find that you changed venues a few times, and they follow you because they want to deal with you.
Yeah.
You represent whatever company you are with at the time, whether it be yourself or whether you are representing a corporation, and they want to be with you. It's about you. So remember that.
Yeah. So when you're out there selling, it is about you because you have your sales objectives and targets to hit. But remember that I think one of the keys to the success is to make it about them, to make it about you, to make it successful for everybody.
Yeah, about the relationship.
Right, because you don't want to be a hit and run either. Like, you don't want to sell one time and not sell again. So take a genuine interest in the people that you want to do business with.
Yes, and keep following up, right? And keep that relationship going.
Keep the relationship going.
Yeah.
I have clients now that are no longer clients. They've either retired or for whatever reason we went our separate ways, that we're still in contact.
I love that. That is
we're
so
still
great.
in contact.
How can they not be? You're fabulous.
Well, thank you. I think that those are a few tools that have worked for me in being successful, and I think that you can still do that through the new networking channels. Of today.
Yeah.
Of today.
Opens it up. You have so many different channels for sure.
At the end of the day, we're still all human beings, and we still have our interests and our loves, and our moments of proudness. Proudness, is that a word? No, pride.
Pride. That's
pride and ownership.
Yeah.
So take interest.
Yeah.
Right. Don't make it all about you and what you're going to sell them. Make it about them and how you can help them.
Exactly.
I think you'll be successful.
Yeah. And that's how you'll teach people how to treat you. So thank you for watching, and bye for now.
Yep. Bye.